Well, welcome to Into the Hunt. I'm telling you right now, we go way back, y'all, and I know y'all go a lot into many hunts. Hard to talk about just one, but man, did y'all have a pretty good season?
It was pretty good. I mean, it was highs and lows, right? We always say ebb and flow, right? It was one of those years that I think we were kind of due for, right?
I got my butt kicked in the whitetail department, that's for sure. It was
Me and you both, man.
tough.
It's like I didn't know anything. It's like I don't know anything about hunting deer anymore.
Right.
Like this year seemed to me.
Oh, we live in deer country too. I mean,
Right.
even on our home farms, they were just the warm weather and really kind of pushed the rut kind of weird, and then the acorns came down, and the deer just didn't want to hardly even come to the food sources, and it was a grind. I mean, Nicole ended up getting lucky and day after Thanksgiving, and she got a nice buck with the bow, but it was just a tough go. I mean, we struggled bust through it, but we ended up, coming out in the end.
Right. I heard that a lot this year, though.
Yeah.
You know, just text messaging and,
Right.
of course, looking on social media. It
Yeah.
was a tough year. I mean, still a lot of giant whitetails shot, and
sure.
some people had crazy years, but overall, it seemed like, I'm talking about not just in the Midwest,
Everywhere.
you know, where y'all focus on. It was
Right.
everywhere, from Georgia
Right.
to Alabama. It's just like it's weird. I don't know if that's what it was, you know.
Well, like you said, I felt like we had to go back to like dubbing ourselves down, right? That we didn't even know how to whitetail hunt,
Yeah.
because all of our strategies that we've ever used in previous years, they weren't working. It was like, throw those out the window. Let's start from square one this year.
Right.
So.
We would go on a hunt, and a lot of times we both have success because both got cameramen and we're both hunting at the same time. And we go to places that generally are, good because they've been proven year and year
Right.
over.
But not this year.
Yeah, we went to Alberta, she killed one, but I didn't. You know,
Right.
and then that was a big mule deer, and then went over to Saskatchewan. She hunted all week, had a terrible hunt, and I had a great hunt. I killed a big one.
It was so warm up in Saskatchewan. We had black bears mid-November tearing down our deer blinds. We'd go in to hunt,
Are you
and
serious?
they had destroyed our ground blinds. We're finding sticks and stuff to prop up our ground blinds
Just
to
haven't
just be able to
smashed 'em.
sit and hunt because they
Haven't
weren't
patched 'em back up.
hibernating.
Like,
It was
it's
so warm.
Time to go to bed, guys,
Yeah.
Exactly. Go to sleep.
Right.
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 That could explain why the deer hunting's pretty tough when the bear's still out.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know, though. Overall, it was, pretty decent. We finished strong. So, late
We went to
season, but
Spain this year. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that?
It was
That's
awesome.
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please talk about
We
that.
hunted Ibex. You know, it was funny because we'd never been to Spain before, and we're trying to learn about, what to expect. And the guy's like, "Oh man, don't worry about it. It'd be just like you going on an elk hunt out in the Gila in New Mexico or something. Super easy." I'm like, "Okay, just want to make sure, that I'm prepared for it."
Right.
I exercise and get my workout regimen. You can tell this body's made for that. So I didn't do a single thing, of course, besides belly up to the bar or the
Yeah.
food counter. And we get over there and we're driving down the road, and I'm like, "My God," he goes, "Oh, see the mountains over there? We're gonna be hunting in them."
I mean, we're talking
And
like
I'm like,
mountains.
I'm thinking, I
Immediately
hope
get
it,
Legit. Yeah.
How are we getting to the top?
yeah, there was a part of my body went like that. And, and then I'm like, "Oh my God, I hope we're hunting at the foothills." That's all I can say. He says the next sentence, he said, "Man, the Ibex are high this year, abnormally high." And I'm
Because
like,
it was warm, super warm,
went
so
through
they
another
hadn't pushed them
withdrawal,
down.
another-
Yeah.
yeah, then it went
Yeah.
even tighter. So yeah, we ended up climbing. It was a full-fledged sheep hunt.
Wow.
And we
Did y'all
sucked a lot
just
of
go
it.
after the Ibex? Because they have a good many species there, don't they,
Right. We
overall?
did. We
They
did
have
Grados and Basete species of Ibex. And the Grados were more like legit mountains. We were staying in old castles that they've turned into hotels and
Super
things.
cool.
Phenomenal.
So
but
culturally, it was amazing.
But
Yeah.
the problem was there's no elevators, Michael. And we were so sore that next morning or that night when we got back in from climbing.
couldn't even
had
get up the-
hunted all
we
day.
couldn't get
We
up the
couldn't even walk
steps.
up the marble steps because we were so sore.
Just so beat.
Oh my gosh. Like
Whipped
it was,
us back.
yes.
Holy
But a
cow.
phenomenal, like the culture, the experience, like
Food good?
Oh,
Was the food
yeah.
amazing?
amazing.
What about the wine? Don't have some good wine?
Yes. Very,
know
I
what
mean,
I've-
just the whole package, right? It's one of those places that take your wife, even if she's a non-hunter, right?
Just
I
in
mean,
camp,
and we
yeah.
made sure we did some touring days too, with some castles. We did some zip lining. It was just fun.
We did, it's so crazy the differences in culture and in the cuisine. Like you know, pretty much every place you go to, you'd walk in and they have like a hindquarters off a
Hogs,
pig
pigs, yeah.
hanging up, and they'd be, you know, dry
Not
aging
wrapped or anything, just hanging.
Dry
Like there's
aging.
lines of them,
for
yeah.
years. And then, you know, depending on how much money you wanted to spend, you could get one that was 10 years old, and they would cut it, pieces off it, and you would eat it. It's
They
salted,
call it
it's
Iberian
cured. But
ham.
Is it
yeah.
is it like a salt cured?
Yes, yep.
So it's like a salt cured like country hams that
Yes,
come to the south.
yes, yep. But they just they slice it very thinly, right? And that's one of the main appetizers or main
it was
dishes
really,
that
it was
That
pretty
is
unique.
Did they do
Yeah.
any sugar curing or mostly all salt?
it's all pretty much all salt.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Where we were in the areas, you know.
But
that's what they would
anyways,
have,
that was a difference that we wouldn't have in you know, America. So.
That
It was
is
kinda
so cool.
So it was a fun
man.
hunt, though. Yeah, we did that. We did New Zealand in July. That was fun. Our 3rd trip ever over there. It's
That's
winter.
nice.
Of course, it's winter. So we were escaping our summer to snow on the ground and stuff, and that was a lot
Y'all
of fun.
go there when the stag are rutting?
No,
Or
so
try
there
to?
it was actually post rut, and we were wondering how the hunting would be. It was
Right.
actually better. We enjoyed it.
Really?
New Zealand was fun, and then yeah, we just did a lot of he did moose in Alaska. That's always fun. One of our favorite hunts. You know,
Yukon.
or sorry, the Yukon this year. Yeah.
Got my
And,
butt
uh,
kicked
So
in that.
y'all were busy,
Did
man.
reindeer hunting in the Aleutian Islands.
yeah.
That was
Jeez.
fun.
That was a cool hunt. I've always, after I watched Jim Shockey years ago hunting those monster
Years and years
reindeer.
ago, because he's old now. Where's
He
the young
is.
whippersnapper? Jim's so old.
I didn't say that, Jim.
Yeah, I did.
But yeah, that was
I
a
remember
really cool
watching
hunt.
it. Me and you was like 1985. We was watching Shockey, and so
It
so
was
you finally followed up. and went on-
1980 something.
Yeah.
You can make a song out of that.
exactly. Jim Shockey hunting reindeer.
Right.
But that was
yeah,
cool?
that was
it
cool.
was, yeah, it was amazing. We're on the Aleutian Islands, and you know, you're pretty much almost to Russia, and
Wow, yeah.
you know, you're kind of by, you know, where they filmed Deadliest Catch. You're in the Bering Sea,
Right.
and there's no cover on the island. It's just a giant island with no trees.
Somewhat
and
rolling
you would
hills.
think that, oh, you know, these critters are gonna be easy. The real tough part, there's just nothing to hide you as a hunter.
Right.
And you know, these animals are definitely wild animals, and you know, spot and stalking was not as easy as I thought it would be
Right.
on them. But the weather elements and stuff just made it really for a really cool hunt. And I shot like a 400 incher. It was
Nice. That's really cool.
so, and that, you know, I like bringing that film back, you know, the cinematic side of it, filming all that culture and the scenery and stuff, and just the herd of reindeer alone.
Right.
It's just like thousands or millions of inches of antler
Yeah.
all in one group. It's insane.
That's so cool. Well,
It's
man,
fun.
I can sit here and talk forever. It sounded like y'all had a pretty eventful year and
It was.
got
How about
only,
you?
not only one hunt, but a lot of hunts. So
Right. You had a good year?
Yeah, everybody.
Solid.
You're
About the
asking
same.
us, but what about you?
about the same. Just it was feast or famine.
Yeah.
Seemed
Yeah.
like this year.
Yeah.
Like we'd have a feast and then we'd have a famine. But it seemed like there
Kids
was
did
less
good.
feasting and more famine. So
Yeah.
Right. The
thank
kids
goodness
did
we'd
pretty
have
good,
enough
though.
here. What's
Your
that?
kiddos did pretty good.
They did. I had a
Yeah.
good time. Of
Yeah.
course, they just soon go run a squirrel down as they would a
Right.
deer or turkey. So
Right.
that's pretty cool. But
That's
but
awesome.
thank y'all for joining us.
Yeah,
It's so always
absolutely,
good to see
too.
you guys.
Absolutely fun.
And keep
Thank you,
rocking.
Thank you,
buddy.
buddy.
Keep rocking.
Lots
Y'all-
of years
y'all
of
the best.
friendship.
Thank you. Same here.
You got to come up to Minnesota and go hunting with
I
us.
do need to get up there. I need to check that
You won't
out.
shoot anything, but you're welcome to come.
Exactly. I can just help cook biscuits.